bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry. I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
Give me answer now. Then.
Okay. Explain again. I will not ask you no more question again. Okay, like why now?
English say I'm English.
Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say like I take time
to explain. Okay.
How Gabriel had to go to remain next to.
So the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post.
Yeah. He said I'm join to go steal to the web minister to get money to the so that we go take it from there. I said, my man, I'm only bad for the same lecture.
And how can the people catch you now?
The people, before the man call me back, I was only 18.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal?
Yeah, he called me only 18.
Yeah.
I was in there, around 8:30. The man called me. He said, oh, my man, I lecture be there and call you back again.
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
Before your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I mean, I go to yeah. I situated myself. I question the thing you want for me to explain for you to understand. Then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When they call you in there now.
When they make me in there.
Yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
To the message, you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give tea to carry to
the message. What can you what?
Tea. Have no tea.
No tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink.
Oh, bread. 3 pieces of bread.
The egg is that?
Into my butter. So when I carry it to the main, say carry to the main. When you give it to the main, then you come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the main say thank you. I say okay. The main say, where you going now? I say, I'm going where I so one of my friends call me.
And the same way we do now.
Yeah, the same way.
The main say one for you to go steal.
Yeah. So when I go to the main, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now.
In the Jeep.
Then there are 2.
Big Jeep though.
Yeah. Black BG. Photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now.
Air condition oil, sir.
No. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I'm just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You said one talk again. He said, I wanted to mean who talk to you, but you talk in the question. Hi, looking, then you want force no more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office of OSP.
I think you explain to me that you come to get paid. You say you carry tea to the man. After you carry tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody you get in there. You say ask me too much more question. Hey, just explain to say make your egg and bread. You bring it to. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry. I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give me answer now, then
okay. Explain again. I will not ask you no more question again. Okay, like why now?
The English say I'm English.
Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say like I take time to
explain. Okay.
Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The governor of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
As part of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Dara Dara, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weir. I want to publicly apologize to President Weir. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Parker, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? Answer these questions plus many more. John K.O.K. and Princess Elessa Grante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? Baby, won't come up there. Oh, we didn't eat here with me. The sun all day, they get a husband as edition taking from free bowl. I was there to it's all there. We didn't buy it. Yes, we didn't buy it's a rescue. I just want to ask you one question. Now, will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you. Mr. Rescue, the people say not like it. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. You even claim to even be the hero. You just be rescue, but why you for us? So why the rest now stable? No job, no food, no food on the table. No just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest the shoulder, kids get poor. No opportunity for the youth. You say to help people, you breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people. I have to say you not alone. It's a rescue. I just want to ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you. It's a rescue. The people say not like you. You say you was going to change things. But we not seeing changes. I'm just saying you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Down on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Down on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I said, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue. The people say not like you. That's what I'm CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Down on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Down on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now you give the rescue. You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, is the rescue? The people say not like it. That's what I am.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Khan Oliver Khan. I'm here on a lone presentation on today's edition. There are too many things to talk about in the country. A lot of issues going on. Still up the Liberian capital. The situation is becoming more comical by the day. State prosecutors, including the state witness, the situation is becoming so concerning. The state witness is in the business of confusing the Liberian people on a daily basis. Today, the state witness was confused. He was kind of confused over accepting the report from the International Fire people. There are too many things happening up the capital today at Criminal Court A in Monrovia, when state witness could not verify too many of the things that were brought forth against him during the cross examination. We'll talk more about some of those issues. By the way, the entire case is becoming so I don't even know how to classify it, but the case is becoming so concerning. Especially with the fact that the Liberian government did not go to court prepared. I'm saying this for free. I'm saying this free of charge. The Liberian government went to court unprepared. And somebody was saying it's not about an issue of being prepared or not. It's not about being prepared or so. It is about trying to fabricate lies when there are no information to validate whatever you want to put forth. But again, we're going to talk more about that particular case during the course of the program. It's going to be a wonderful time here on today's edition. But again, most of what we will be talking today is an issue that has to do with the Christmas season. The Christmas season is around the corner. And ahead of the Christmas season, Stan intends to protest on tomorrow. Stan will be protesting on tomorrow. Tomorrow they will be calling on the Joe Boakas administration to lead, or they should leave. And so with the call on the Boakas administration to lead or leave, there is going to be a whole lot to expect on tomorrow. And so we will also try to do the nationalistic duty on the platform by calling on our people, the citizens of our country, to be more cautious on tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day for protest, and we don't know how that protest is going to end. We have not heard much about the protests, in the past time. But again, whenever you find these things happening, whenever you don't have a lot of information on a particular situation, people say it's good to be very, very concerned. In simple words, the people say, the man who can talk plenty, be afraid of him. This protest, why ain't got no plenty noise around it? There is a need that we pay attention to it, my people. And so on tomorrow, there is going to be a protest in town. There's going to be a protest being organized by Stan belonging to Moba Molu and other Liberians. They will be protesting on tomorrow to ask the government to leave or to lead the country. There will be too many things that we expect on tomorrow. But again, we're going to be asking the Liberian people and also the organizers of the protest to assure us that it is going to be peaceful. Let them assure us that at the end of the day, Liberia will continue to exist in peace and not in pieces. And so we're going to continue with the conversation. We'll be establishing contact with the organizers of Stand Protest on tomorrow. Hopefully, that they will speak to us. We're hoping to have Moba Molu, the chairman of Stand, on the line. If it is possible, he will talk to us about the protest on tomorrow. How is it going to be like? What is he going to be demanding? what will mean justice for the protesters on tomorrow. What will happen if the police decide to do X, Y, and Z? Are they going to be in defiance of the police restriction? Will they abide by police restrictions on tomorrow? Are they going to live up to police blockade and the different cautionary measures the police will be taking on tomorrow? Will Liberian citizens have the chance to move around the city during the course of the protest action? We are hoping to join Mobake Molu, the chairman of STAND in Liberia. All of these plus many other issues will form the basis of the presentation on today. And of course, today happens to be the last presentation of Freedom Hub in the year 2025. We are hoping to resume in 2026 because we're going to be taking a very, very, very annual break. We're going to be taking our annual break following our successful campaign during the course of the year to run this platform. We're going to be taking an annual break on today to resume next year. And trust me, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful break for a wonderful, wonderful cause. Join the cash giveaway if you can. Keep playing by dialing *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances are. We're going to pay some people some money during the course of the program. And hopefully we will pay you $5,000 on today. So anytime you play, you stand a chance to win for yourself a $5,000. If you're very lucky, you can win $10,000. But anytime you play, you will be spending 50 LD. Just 50 LD to play. It is not 100 LD. It is not 200 LD to play. It is just 50 LD. So anytime you play, you stand a chance to win for yourself 5,000 or 10,000 Liberian dollars. We will take a break and bring you Crime Stoppers Liberia, after which we'll be jumping into the issues making the news in the Republic of Liberia.
Now when they tap on the Liberian people suffering, tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question now. Who you because they're not like you.
Interior Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of our Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of our.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. We want to say how's up to all of you listening to the conversation for the first time. We want to welcome you. This is Freedom Hub on the People's Radio. 87.9 is the radio station owned and operated by Freedom Communications Incorporated. Yep, Omer Sam Zebra is the head of Crime Stoppers Liberia, our prime sponsor here on the platform. All of our programs are being sponsored by Crime Stoppers Liberia, providing the financial, logistic, and moral support to all of us here at Freedom Communications. That includes our programs and everything we do here. You know, from the running of the station to everything. Crime Stoppers Liberia is a partner, and Zebra is a very resourceful partner for that matter. Yeah, so that's exactly where we are. So I want to say how's up to all of you. Welcome. My hair is bushy, right? Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna get brand new on Saturday. I'm gonna be brand new because I'll be graduating from Hagar Gonda then and going to Austin Kawa then. Hopefully, I'll be jumping to Windia Nimland then. I'll be leaving Hagar Gonda then in the breeze. So Abu Sharif was able to turn over the captain Ben to me in Kakata, Magibi County last year. When he left our league and jumped into Omen Samson and league. And so I'm going to be leaving Hagar Gonda with the captain Ben on Saturday as I'll be transitioning from the bachelor men and we'll be going to the more responsible category of Himo existence. And so that's what it is. But as we continue to look at most of the issues happening in the country, it is very concerning. It is very concerning that politicians continue to manipulate us, to manipulate the country, to gamble the safety of our people. Politicians continue, the Kru people will say to do fitija with the Liberian people, and that is very concerning. We're going to talk about it. So the Capitol case is still ongoing, and I'm getting tired reporting about that Capitol Hill situation because from all indication, the government is not ready. The Liberian government went to court unprepared. The government went to court trying to satisfy President Joe Boyka when he said the Capitol building was burned by hooligans. And because of the statement hooligans, the president made at the time, without consulting fire experts, without having the fire service to release her preliminary reports, without conducting forensic investigation, without assessing previous incidents of Capitol Hill, the president went to the Hill and made a pronouncement that the building was burned by those he referred to at the time as hooligans. And because of it, Gregory Coleman took it upon himself to find the hooligans, even if there were no hooligans. And so as a result of all of those things, folks were being arrested, taken to prison, some of them taken to holding cells, secret cells, beaten, tortured. Some had to go through a lot of medical complication, internal bleeding. The other old man, breast, at a certain point in time when the moon coming up, it would start getting big, the other one getting small. I mean, you have these people going through a lot of difficulties, extreme difficulties, only because a group of individuals want to satisfy the president's initial statement, which was that hooligans burned the building. So even if the president was not briefed officially, by the proper individuals, by the recreation authorities, in this case, fire service, even when the president was not properly briefed, but the fact that he went and said hooligans burned the building, it shows that they will find the hooligans even when there are no hooligans. And that is what we are into. There are too many conflicting issues of that Capitol. Too many conflicting issues. The state witness on a daily basis will continue to embarrass the Republic by the level of contradictory statements he will always make. 1 minute, they found the evidence in the joint chamber at the William R. Turbot joint chamber, near the joint chamber. Another minute, they found the evidence closer to the speaker parking lot, which is far from the joint chamber. Today again, the Defense Council opted to have the report from the International Fire Service people to be provided. I mean, because they the prosecutors, the government, the investigators invited their foreign counterparts to come and help. It will shock you to know that the report that was done by the foreign fire service investigators, the foreign firemen, that report is very damaging to the country. The report indicated and clearly, oh yes, the report clearly, and I'll say this, the report clearly demonized the Liberia National Fire Service. And I'm going to be clear about it. The report was very damaging to the Liberia National Fire Service. And sometimes you wonder, why would the government go to such a case without consulting experts, criminal investigative experts? I mean, void of politics. You don't need that security expert to be a unity partisan or a sucker of the green tendency. You got 3 investigators in this country. Several of them, Konoflomo is one. Oh no, not because I work at Freedom Radio, but Omen Samsai is one of the best investigators in this country. Go to him. Gregor Como should not be running away. Go to him and say, "Look, Pape, even though you were serving as, deputy at NSA under George Weah, but we are at a place now where the Capitol building got burned. If you're sincere about investigating, you will contact him. So look, man, come here. Let's analyze. Let's look at some of the issues." But the fire service report, the International Fire Service folks, the report they submitted, I'm trying to fetch a copy of that report. Yes, I got it. Yep. Okay, hold on. The report that came out, that report contradicted everything the state prosecutors are saying. Contact some of the law enforcement officers. Contact them. The first thing is, there was no need to have rushed in grabbing people you honestly know ain't got anything with the fire situation. There was no need. When nothing happened, all you needed to have done, allow it to slide. Protect the crime scene. Keep it. Deploy your men. If it means those guys will no longer go to the basement, their job is to just be rotating ship, just to protect the crime scene, do it. Assign them to all of the entrance to the joint chamber and let the crime scene be untouched. If it will mean keeping it for 8 months, let it be done. And why that is happening, you do what we call covert investigation. It may not be conventionally prudent. I mean, it may not be the conventional terminology to use, but you could launch a covert investigation. You guys already got the intelligence money. You got plenty of money in the government. I mean, the government got plenty of money in intelligence, and then all the government we know. Take some of the money up Capitol Hill. Do covert. If that was an arson case, if the case we are discussing today, if it is an issue of arson attack rather, if it is an issue of arson attack, it is a serious covert operation with guardians and tutorship from veterans like Abraham Kalilu Kroma, Sam Sion, Konoflomo, and the rest of the other top-notch, hardcore security folks, including the very LMP. There are some Pape there and other key investigators at the LMP who were sidelined during the whole investigation because, people just want to do political showmanship and refuse to do the technical investigative stuff. Go up Capitol Hill and do your own covert operation. Take your time. If it was something that people really took their time and burned, put some money up Capitol Hill. I bet you. Spend somewhere around $100,000 up Capitol Hill. Don't spend the crazy way. Don't spend it like politicians. Why they go spend 50,000 and say, yeah, we'll go to the other side. No. Spend that 100K from a strategic security point. Work on the covert. Let people forget about everything. Capitol building going and have everybody doing the normal thing. The only thing that will be at that Capitol building to remind the people that there was fire here before is the protection of the crime scene. Get your best men. And some of that covert money will go to those guys because it will have to be an addition to their regular salary so that they remain committed to protecting the crime scene. You take a time, you do your small background investigation. Librarian man could talk. Librarian man could vomit. If librarian man do something, small liquor pass on the tongue, he will talk it. Small liquor pass on the tongue, he will say it. Quietly. I ain't got to teach you covert operation. You guys know what I mean. Assign some people and do some other stuff. You would have gotten serious information if that is an arson attack. I'm saying if that was an arson attack, you would have had real information. Instead of grabbing John Yanti, you carry him to a luxurious lifestyle hotel and you promise to give him money to lie that he was sent by lawmakers because the boy refused. You carry him to South Beach. What sense does that make? That the Liberian government is investigating arson case. Somebody burned Capitol building. The government is interested in knowing who burned Capitol building. The government say John Yanti is a suspect. They suspect that he burned Capitol building. Okay, but you grab John Yanti, instead of taking him to the pre-trial detention, you took him to lifestyle luxury hotel in Tinker Village, put him in a room with wet bed sheet and wet towel. You may not have access to all of the beverages, the wine and the whiskey, the drinks, the food, the swimming pool, and some getting. You may have access to everything. The man who burned Capitol building, he the one you exposing to luxury. It's a clear indication that the government was not even prepared. You guys allow politics to expose the country. Do you know how many international folks are watching and monitoring how the government would have handled that fire case? Do you know how much the Chinese government spent in this country to build the 2 annexes at the Capitol building, both from the House's wing to the Senate side of the building? These international people pump their money in the country to strengthen our governance structures. So when you have a situation where there is a fire situation, they don't want to know whether it is political or not. They want to know the authentic reason behind whatever fire situation that may have occurred. In that situation, you don't do politics with the police. You don't do politics with the investigation. You go for the best minds in the country. When we had Ebola here, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not say at the time Sir Joseph was okay. I ain't saying not okay right now, but at the time Sir Joseph was with the CDC rather. Ellen did not say, oh, Sir Joseph is a seditious, and so saying fighting Ebola will not go consult him. No, Ellen did not say that. Ellen opened up. In fact, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf doctors will run to Sir Joseph ambulances and go and consult with him. He was on the front line. They did not consider whether Sir was a seditious or not. They worked with him, and we did what we had to do as a country to combat Ebola. When the nation is faced with critical national issues, those state security officers are not supposed to be political in the discharge of their duties. What was wrong in going for A.B. Kroma, who helped you to bring the very government to power to help you investigate? A.B. know the street very well. Very well, you know the street very well. What was wrong in going for A.B. and say, A.B. Moment, let's talk. Even though we put you to DA, we allow one picking out ruin you. Instead of keeping you there, we suspended you, we dismiss you, we shouldn't have done so. Sorry, but they want a different thing, a small operation here. Take some of the operation money and give it. One man will not take the operation money and be carrying it up mama point and be playing casino with A, and the rest of the country sitting there, everybody. No. At the end of the day, you are forcing children to incriminate themselves, to lie on themselves. You will take John Yanti, you carry in the hotel, you say, remember, lie, you are getting money, you should serve as state witness. State witness on why? Remember, last say, you know what I mean, the boy Capitol building? Remember, last say, yeah, that truth, I mean, when it. You place the boy in hotel, and because the boy could not talk, you put him in prison. And you think the man will come back and do what? But that's not the conversation. So you needed to have had your own time. Look at the other contradiction. Look at the other contradiction. That you don't want to use the fire service report. That you don't want to use the international fire service report. Let me go back to most of the other contradictory, statements that were made. Let me go back to the other contradictory statements that were made. Hold on. Let me consult my files. Let me go back to the other contradictory statements that were made. Yeah, like yesterday, for example, the state witness said a Cora bottle was lifted by the forensic investigators in the William Aratoba Joint Chamber. On yesterday, he came back and said the same witness came back and said the state found the same bottle near where the speaker vehicle can park. The same bottle where they took from where on step in the joint chamber, and the same bottle the state witness said the phone near the speaker where the speaker car can park. I mean, In real country, you think we'll not send DEA to go check the state witness? Oh, in real country, we'll send the DEA to go check the state witness. Apparently, he's a user. Hello? Apparently, he's a user. The next thing he came away with was the state witness said Tom Etheridge was was seen at the Capitol building at around 5 a.m. The government brought their own call log. The call log showed that he was around LEC at 5:07. The man who the investigator said they saw at Capitol building by 5 a.m., 5 o'clock on the dot at Capitol building. The government went back and brought their own call log. In the call log, the call log reflected that Tom Etheridge was somewhere around LEC compound at around 5:07. Whether it was LEC compound in Waterside or Point 4, I don't know. But let's take for the instance, for the argument that it was LEC compound Waterside. They may have, according to them, they may got you burning the Capitol building. So he just burned the Capitol building and he started running from straight upstairs. After putting on fire, he started running from straight upstairs, ran down, either passed through the gate or jumped through the window and ran, or whether he ran on foot or joined a motorbike or joined car to go straight down Waterside, then he take a telephone to call. Or he received call for the call log to pick it up. They may just come from to a girlfriend. Even when you come with your girlfriend, you are careful how you leave the house. You don't just walk outside the hall like that. You walk easily. You don't just run. You're from burning the building. The building is big. You're not just from burning the building, like you from lighting the fire. Then you just come up. How you call this thing? You just come outside. Boom, you start running. But by the way, the investigator said he was seen at the Capitol by 5 a.m. Why didn't you arrest him at the Capitol 5 a.m.? You saw him at the Capitol 5 a.m. Why didn't you arrest him? For the sake of the argument, let us even leave the fact that maybe he flew from the Capitol building or he disappeared from the Capitol building to LEC fence at 5:07. But you saw the man at Capitol Hill at the Capitol building by 5 a.m. Why didn't you arrest him? 5 o'clock, nobody go to work at the Capitol building. So if you said you saw him at the Capitol building 5 a.m., why didn't you arrest him? The truth of the matter is you did not see nobody at the Capitol building 5 a.m. In actual essence, the ball was at LEC, and that's why the internet call log picking up at LEC. He was never at the Capitol building. This Capitol building burned on the night of the protest. December 17 was a protest in Monrovia. The protest lasted for 30 minutes. John J. Bappa and his men went to the protest ground. Graham flushed them out with tear gas. They disappeared. Yaka Koluba then ran away. Foko then ran away. That whole day, from the moment the protest crowd, got scattered, the police and the joint security took charge of the Capitol building and its surroundings. It was tense now. I know joint security operation. Don't ask me why. I'm a kid of a security product. Yeah. 2-3 days to a protest. The protest venue is always mapped by hardcore joint security people, known and unknown, visible and covert. When you guys say they're having protests to maybe UL campus, when the protest did that on the 4th, around the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 3 days of the protest, 3 days after the protest, you around that venue where they so do protest or what they already got you doing protest. Watch what you talk. Don't talk anyhow. Because when the color woman where you talking to, that SOS you talking to right there. So on the night of the protest, that place was overly protected with police folks. So when the Tom left the place from Vinny Bonine, he came down. Then you say you saw Tom there. You saw him there 5 o'clock. Government people came at 5 o'clock. Tom is not a security at Capitol building. He was a staff. Why is he doing that at 5 o'clock? So you didn't even see him at 5 o'clock. It was all fabrication. You lied that you saw him at 5 o'clock. And that's why the actual call log show that Tom at 5 a.m. was at LEC. Was somewhere around the LEC compound. There where the call network was able to trace him. So one man was in 2 different locations in relatively the same period of time? Because come to think of it, man, nobody will get you burning that big building and rush us out like that. When I was coming up, way back when I was coming up, let me tell you what happened. There was a guy who stole rubber. And when they were running behind the guy, he ran in the swamp. He ran in the swamp and hid himself under the grass. So community people jumped in the swamp with cutlasses and stick, try to search for him. And all through the community people were searching for him. The community, their trousers started getting muddy. All were in the swamp. Our trousers, everything getting muddy. Our shirt getting muddy. That burger, when he knew that we were playing in the swamp, he to inject a on a stick. He started putting the arrow leaf, putting the banana leaf, and Johnny also be talking. Where the guy? Where the guy? We're playing here. We're playing here. He kept doing that thing and said, "Oh, we see the man." Everybody started leaving the swamp. He left the swamp with us. The man went far off. He was somebody said, "Let the guy there vote pick up the ground behind here again." That's how criminals behave. The man was just from burning the place and run outside. He will not do it. If he actually did it, he will not run outside. That he will be in water side or 0.4 in 7 minutes. If he did that, he will have somewhere in the building. But everybody goes, "Oh, fire, 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 fire." And that's what I'm going to do. Fire, fire, fire. And man walk outside and go. That's how criminals operate. But to wake up and say, "Oh, the man to do the play," they ain't listen. So I mean, all those ain't adding up. Ain't adding up. They want to go as a witness. The man say, "Will lead a call log." The government, the court should not focus on the call law. Which call law? The call law, the police go subpoena. They say we're not focus on it again because the call law exposed the witness account. The call law exposed it. The witness account was that okay. This guy was seen at the building 5 o'clock. The call law said no. That man was at least 5 or 7. So for the sake of the argument, let's assume that he flew or he disappeared. When you saw him at the Capitol, you have men with guns at the Capitol. Why didn't you arrest him? Why didn't you arrest him? Now you tell me, why didn't you arrest him? You have men protecting that building. The eve of the protest, the day of the protest, the day after the protest, policemen were all around. By the way, let's forget about the day of the protest. A week to that protest, the majority block of the Liberian House of Representatives, Richard Cole and James Colette, Steve T. Quaden, they were all booked up in the joint chamber. That's why they were doing the budget hearing. Madam Tanya brought what her last name? I don't know it. At the Ministry of Finance, the Minister for Budgeting, she was heavily escorted by state security people, police people. They escorted her up to the joint chamber where the budget hearing was ongoing. That joint chamber was under the protection of the Liberian National Police the entire week because that week had budget hearing going on. Police were assigned in the yard of the Capitol, in the corridors of the Capitol, even the 2 entrances. I mean, all of the entrances, rather, going to the William R. Tubman joint chambers. The police folks were there to the point where Yega Koluba, Frank Safoko, Representative Luther Collins, and the rest of them decided to go and stop a budget hearing that was going on. The police broke Luther Collins' hand. He still got the medical report to show that. The police turned their back to the joint chamber and started beating on lawmakers who were going up to prevent the budget hearing. So it showed 100% that particular joint chamber was under the protection of the police. If the place was an arson attack, how did the arsonists get access to the building that was under the protection of the Liberian National Police? Are you delaying the country? Do you know the implication of what you're doing? Why is the government even how to coordinating? Why is the government even disregarding the possibility of electrical shock? I put this to you. Less than a week to the Capitol joint chamber burning, the Capitol building had a fire attack that started from somewhere around the how you call this thing? Come on, what is this name? The control box. The control box. It did to that moment. They had issue to the control box. The guys had to go and put it off. That one ended. The guys had to go and put it off. That one ended. You got it? They put it off. It ended. Oh, electrical Sunday, they forgot about it. After some time, the place got on fire. After the very joint timber got destroyed by fire, after some time, the same Capitol building experienced another another fire outbreak. That one, it was the third. That one was also contained by firefighters. Why are they ruling out a possibility of, how you call this thing, electrical fault? It could be. It could be that the building got burned because one of the electrical situation in the joint chamber got corrupted. That's why the International Fire Rescue Report is needed. We need that report to come out. Why is the government lawyers, or why are the government lawyers refusing to have that report submitted and used? More to that, the joint chamber has been the meeting place for the majority bloc members. The joint chamber has been a meeting place for the majority bloc members. You got me? For the majority members. The joint chamber had 2 sitting chairs for Rachel Kuhn and Tomo Fala. What they used to sit down in, when Tomo Fala in there, that how to call his name, Segu Kane can go and sit down inside. A day or two to the building getting burned, they took the 2 chairs from the joint chamber and took the 2 chairs downstairs. A joint chamber that was under the protection of the police and other Capitol building staff members, security staff members. A room that was protected by state security people, heavily guided by even militants of the majority bloc lawmakers. The room was not safe for 2 chairs. They got to take the 2 chairs from that room and carry it in another room. Then the place got burned. I mean, how are these guys thinking Liberians to be? How are they seeing Liberians to be? So at the end of the day, all of these things you are doing, you are only harming the country's image. I mean, this fire disaster can happen. The last time President said, in the mansion, that the mansion was burning. Yeah, these things are, although they are also attacks, but these things are possible. That's why you needed the investigation to be void of politics. The investigation should have had no dealing with wanting to prove a point that President Bouakar's statement about hooligans should be proved. Should be proven at all costs. There was no need to have reached that decision as a security expert. That's why people like us think Greg failed. Greg should have informed the Pape. With all due respect, sir, I understand that you made this statement, but we got to fix it. The first thing you would have done after the firefighters did what they had to do, you would have gone there and protect the crime scene. Protect it. Work with the fire service people. They provide a preliminary report. Get the report. Protect that crime scene. If it means 1 year you protecting that crime scene, you got to do it. America did not take 1 minute to know who bombed the Twin Tower. That was the greatest hit in America on American soil. The greatest hit America ever received on American soil was the 9/11 attack in New York. The greatest non-Civil War attack we have ever received in this country was the burning of the Capitol building. I'm talking about non-Civil War impact on Liberia, on the Capitol. The non-Civil War impact was the burning of the Capitol building. Whether incidentally or somebody did it on purpose, that was the greatest thing we had. There was no real watch. You go watch it, you mess the case up. To a greater extent, you got a bunch of people who got no basis. Why are we not investigating the people who removed the 2 chairs? Why are we not investigating them? Why? Why are we not concerned to know what's the motive behind their decision to remove the 2 chairs? My old man told me for a crime to be committed, there must be several issues taken into consideration. For a crime to be committed, there must be an intent. The would-be criminal must reach to a point to say, I want to slap Austin because Austin did this to me. That the intent he's building. Any guy intended to slap Austin? Why Austin did it? Why you want to slap Austin? All of those things will will consummate into the intent. When you have that intent, you should also be willing to do it. You have the intent, you should have the desire. When that desire is when you muster the courage to have the desire to do it. I want to slap Austin. You're still thinking, I able to slap Austin? Austin strong past me? When Austin slap me back, how do I do? All that thing you're doing, you are developing the desire to do it. So when you pass that level of developing the desire of slapping Austin, the next thing you want to do is for the opportunity to be provided. In the absence of the intent, the desire, and the opportunity, you cannot effectuate any crime. So the opportunity then come into play. Austin must be available. He must be to a place where nobody will prevent me from slapping him. He must be at an area where I will be the first to slap him. He must be in a position where I will slap him before he can even think about doing any other thing. That is the opportunity you are looking for. If Austin decides to move around with 5 AFL men with BB going in the hand, it means your opportunity is being denied because the mere presence of those AFL people will prevent that opportunity that you are looking for to slap Austin, which will make your original intent and your desire to be met. Austin will come, he got 5 body men around. Austin will come, he wear helmet. How you slap him when you wear helmet? The helmet cover your ear. No opportunity. If you say people burn the Capitol building, it means they must have had intent of burning the Capitol building. The guys who removed the 2 chairs, what was their intent of removing the two chairs before the building could get burned? Because the room that the 2 chairs were in, the rooms were protected, locked. Gas security people were in. So what the intent of removing the 2 chairs? What was the intent? There were security officers on the day of the protest, the day before the protest, the day of the protest, the day after the protest. If they were not present, it means they necessitated the provision of an opportunity. Why did they allow an opportunity to come in place? This is going to bring the police in as a co-conspirator if there was an arsonist at work. I just told you about the doctrine of intent, desire, and opportunity. If people burn the Capitol building, it shows that there was an opportunity created. What was the opportunity? That building was being protected by people, security people 24/7. Why did they leave the different entry point to the joint timber unprotected? Why did they do so? Why did they allow intruders into the compound when, in fact, the main reason why they were assigned and deployed there was to provide protection? So if somebody deserted their post, thereby creating opportunity for an arsonist to go to work and effectuate his arsonist, assignment, leave the place untouched, how you call this thing, without being arrested, then it shows that there is a co-conspirator. Where are the officers who were on duty? Can the investigators tell us who are those officers? Can they tell us? So at the end of the day, we should stop playing politics with this country. And as much as the state security folks will want to make us believe that they are on top of their game, they should also understand that their decision to allow politics to infiltrate into their workings has damaged the case. Free those innocent people. You got no case against them. You got no case against them. The process associated with you gathering your evidence, the process associated with you processing your evidence, the process associated with you drawing up your indictment, all of those processes are associated with errors, manipulation. You go beat somebody, you're showing the man an empty room and telling him in that room, we don't beat people there before, they were not wanting to tell the truth. They don't want to tell her what they want to tell her. We beat them there. They were helpless and they died. You telling the man the thing, the man feeling pain, the man looking at the room. You expect that the man will not say something that will free him temporarily? No, the man will free himself to live another day. Under our law, evidence gathered by means of torture are not admissible in court. They are not admissible in court. Or you beat the man in the absence of a lawyer. You made him to provide statements. Whether you were electrocuting him, whether you were torturing him, or using water and other foreign objects, the man had to say whatever he had to say because he was under duress. When I told somebody, I said the very investigator who said he witnessed today, put him aside in the room and tell me to torture that man. Made that man to confess. We wanted audio. Let that man say he don't want to kill Joseph Rabo. I got plenty of treatment I can get him that he will confess over 20 clips. He will even be describing how he killed Joseph Rabo. He will be doing it in that video. I have a way to torture him that he will do it. And so don't even think anybody will make statement as a result of duress and torturing and go take it and say you're running the code with it. When the guy is even willing and say, oh, that thing that what the men are doing, these are things that they did. The court even ordered that if the guy say they were tortured, for which they said some of the things they said in some of the clips, it means we got to send them to hospital for the hospital to verify whether they were actually tortured. They went to hospital. The hospital provided medical reports that corroborated with their allegation of being tortured. Interestingly, our court threw that report out and they said we want to continue with whatever the case. That's the court. I cannot question the court. But in the end, beyond the walls of the court, there are logical people outside. There are sound people outside. And these people know the truth. These people understand common logic. Beyond the courts, there is perception. There are availability of indicators. What manner of investigation will exclude the other faction of the crisis? The Capitol building was not in one accord when this thing happened. There were lawmakers on the other side, and there were lawmakers on the other side. How come you left the lawmakers who removed the 2 chairs prior to the building being burned, and you are only investigating the other lawmakers who were the victims of the political coup? And you sit here, you want the people outside there to consider the country correct? No wonder why the government failed the rule of law component under the MCC scorecard. No wonder. And you're still passing around asking how the government failed rule of law? Because you are messing up too many things you're not supposed to be messing up. You should have taken politics out of that place. By the time you find a real people who went that building, you know the worst thing you're doing now. If that building was burned, I still do not believe 100% that it may have been an arson situation, considering the fire pattern, the fire history rather. 2-3 weeks. 2-3 days to the main incident. The building had small fire situation. They went to put it under control. After the meeting, something happened, the building had another fire situation, they want to put it out of control. It shows that building is old. Tottenham built that building ever since. There were people who did some electrical wiring on it, the wiring thing, that building, too many things possible. So while it is true that it may be arson attack, I'm also not ruling out electrical faults. And that's why we needed 3 investigators void of political sentiments to have gotten involved in the process. Unfortunately, we took politics and placed politics ahead of a major national investigation. The danger in doing that is the fact that we could have the real perpetrators at large while innocent people are being held in custody for crime they did not commit. You're subjecting the country to ridicule. You're reducing the country's image. You're allowing politics to override us. Look at the elementary mistake you go make. You take a man who you say is a suspect, you place him in a police cell. You place him in a hotel. Then you send people who he can recognize. Then you send people who he can recognize. The man telling you, say, Mark Ambler came to him. Yeah, Mark Ambler came to him. The man called names of people who went to him to attempt to bribe him, and he refused. That's why people say, when God won't move from behind you, it can be too foolish. It can be too foolish for you because you get sense. You want some people to John Yanti. You go say, you go bring one of your Sierra Leone men and carry to John Yanti and go talk to him. Where John would know the Sierra Leone man from? You go say, who John Yanti know? You want to do criminal thing, you're not smart. You want to implicate people, you're not smart. You implicate people, you're not smart. You throw the case outside. You mess the case up. The government still got a chance to reopen the case. Unfortunately, you've damaged the crime scene. You've tampered with the crime scene, so it's going to be difficult. Look at the other nonsense the guys were saying that you gather bottles, but the prosecutor say they did not do DNA, they did not run DNA tests on the evidence they gathered to match with the to match with the DNA of the suspects. Then on what basis? Oh, you grab bottles, you did not do DNA tests? You did not run DNA tests to know whether the suspects DNA will be in line with the DNA that will be seen or discovered around the bottle or the match box? Why are we giving ourselves a hard time? Why? Look at the way the country looking. Small little country like this. Politics has divided it. You wanted the speakership, you got it. Richard Kuh is giving you everything you want. President Barack can be sitting out to the marshal and say, hey, I saw move. Richard Kuh can say so second. You hear me? You already got what you wanted. You now have a legislature that can go to work and pass a budget in less than 72 hours and pass a $1.2 billion budget. What else do you want? You don't have a legislature that got no spine to invite the Ministry of State to provide answers as to the status of a $10 million project going up in Foya, Lofa County, being protected by state security actors. You got a legislature now. What else are you looking for beyond these poor people? You're suffering people cheering. They will not even see Christmas. They will spend Christmas in Saw Beach. This is wickedness. If you think you are the only people who came to power and will be the all-powerful, I'll refer you to some kind of Doe era. Doe had the most powerful police force, the most powerful Satu Brigade. All of them, man. You see Doe Sawyer, he's scary. Doe came and gone. Or do I need to remind you of Charles Gange, Dakpana Taylor? The ATU soldiers will not laugh in your face. No. Budor and the rest of the folks will not even joke with you. Benjamin Yette and Chucky Taylor Monrovia, you dare talk foolishness, they run for you. They do you with stuff. Taylor is sitting now in the jail. Benjamin Yette in Togo, he can't come to Liberia. When they killed the prince in the funeral, after the funeral, he ran away and went back. The rest of them, yeah, they barely associate themselves as Taylor fanatics or Taylor supporters or Taylor fighters. They don't do it anymore. They're scared for themselves. All of the government came and they did what they had to do. During their time, they felt they would have remained in power forever, but their time came and gone. You were elected 2024. Inaugurated 2024. 2029, the Liberian people will decide on your fate. They will choose to keep you or boot you out. And when they choose to boot you out, you can't do nothing about it because this country, there is a record clearly shown to the world over that you can't cheat election in this country. The people will revolt. They will voluntarily revolt, and you can't do anything. So when they put you out, what face then do you have to come back to the society? There were people like Joe Tate. There were times he was running the police force. He had his own stand. At the end of the day today, he's no longer in charge. What makes you think you will remain in charge? And you are allowing political attachment to ruin your professionalism. You got damage the case? Look at the bested witness. You're talking about cross-examination. You're talking about provision of state of government evidence. Look at the bested witness you're presenting. The rest of the witness now kind of so later on. Because the first one you go send. In the kind of high-profile case, the first witness you send are the best, are your best witness. Look, you got to stop. The country is too small. Very small. Very small for us to keep doing the things we're doing. Ellen was not drunk when she said we are interrelated. President Weah was not on power when he reiterated that thing. The both leaders made those comments because they understand how close we are as a people and attempt to run a government that doesn't tolerate, the inclusiveness of everybody and so forth. You stand a chance to run at a risk. Because nothing you will achieve. Are you guys not concerned that in 2 years' time, President Barack is yet to dedicate any serious-minded project? And the only project he's dedicating are projects initiated by George Weah and implemented. The schools in Banga, Bon County, and other places, Maghibie and Nimba. The Noka building is about to dedicate, built by Sefwa Megre under the WIAS administration. Haven't you guys seen, that he had to cancel dedicating the ELWA roundabout because it was a project initiated by George Weah, completed under the stewardship of Ruth Coco Collins as Minister of Public Works? Aren't you concerned that you went to Riverside to go dedicate a court building that was built by George Weah with George Weah monument on it? What is it? 2 years. You should be concerned as to why in 2 years' time the government is unable to initiate and dedicate one single project. All of these things as a result of the government's inability to focus on leading the country. You can't be vindictive or true. You are in power, you are angry. You win election, you still vex. You are the power of the day, you will stay angry. Man, how do you run the country? The first time in my life for me to see people in the same church and they are at loggerhead. People go to church, they don't shake each other's hands these days. Time for the exchange of the peace. Oh, you asking me? Go to your church and go ask that question. People who today, up to now, because of the governance style of the country, there are family members who don't talk to one another. These days, because of the blue and green divide, the government is fueling that tension. You should run the country in peace. What crime was Fonati to you? What crime? Fonati? Who anything Joe Biden? And at the end of the day, you still prosecuting for something you know that you did nothing about. That's wrong. How then do we build this reconciliation that's supposed to endanger the national recovery plan? How are we supposed to build this cohesive, tendency that will push the Liberian agenda forward? How then do we do it? Anything you want that Fonati will give it. Fonati is a liberal guy. He's very liberal. Anything you want that he will give it to you. Okay, you got Roger Cole who said we need the regime speaker to pass the regime thing at a 4G speed. Why are you keeping the butchery in court? Why are you suffering the butchery in South Beach? When your records are clear that you even attempted to make these guys to incriminate themselves. Man, how do you do these things, bro? How do you do it? And you turn around and still want a country to make progress? You're fighting every professional individual who disagrees with the government. You're running after serious matter experts, professionals, some security people around. I know the alien administration, they used to go back and go find serious security men and go ask them for assistance. Nobody can do it all. When Ebola came here, Ellen looked in the whole government, the government doctors could not make it. She ran to the private sector. She went for other people. She went beyond political boundaries and went for other people to make the country to move. Although there were challenges on her administration, but she did not build that vindictive style of governance. You run the country. You came to power with anger to the point where you're even running behind ordinary sweepers at Moreva City Corporation. You dismissing sweepers. Oh, you removing tenant position holders. You are removing sweepers from the street too. No wonder the Christmas is looking at this. Today is the 16th of December. In 8 days' time, we are going to be seeing Christmas. The country is frowned up. The country is sad. Jada the Tanchi died in the town. The place quiet. The people who selling more than the people who go by. Things are difficult. Parents are frustrated. The economy is tough. Government officials are mean. Not mean to opposition people. They are mean to their own supporters. Their own rescue supporters, they are mean to them. Now that they are not getting money, they are stealing. They build their houses and visit them in the night. The country is tough. They're running behind every single business. Every business that is unwilling, every business rather, that is not willing to sing the green song, the green national anthem, they run behind you. They suffocate you. When you do these things, you cripple the national economy. Do you know how long it took for businesses to build their connection, to build their network, to build their chain, their supply chain? If I was supplying Austin with gasoline, Austin was supplying Alessa with food, Alessa supplying AB with medicine, we had a business connection. By the time you start depriving Austin of his contract, Alessa of a contract, AB of his contract, you disrupt that whole supply chain. Do you know how many citizens were having job in that chain that your disruption of it will lead to job loss. That job loss will lead to economic difficulties. When you run a vindictive country, the country suffers. The government will be impacted. No wonder you're not getting no projects in your king. Because you run the government on anger. You're angry. You win, you vex. You in power, you vex. You're in opposition, you vex. You get power, you vex. When they say you're in opposition, I know you die. I thought when people win, they're supposed to be happy. I thought when people win, they're supposed to be happy. To the point your own supporters are angry. They express themselves, you get fair with them. It make it the people that want to talk. It make it the United Partisans who got problem with the way the government proceeding. They don't want to talk because when they talk, y'all go blast at them. Your own supporters, when they talk, you go blast at them. And let me tell you something. When a child is coming up in the house and the parents always advising the child and the child firing back. When the parent will advise you, oh, stop stealing, and then the child wake up, oh, stop talking to me. The parent can lead that child. You know what they can advise the child? That on the road. When they beat it and put tire around the neck and win it, in hell, the child will say, if I knew, I would have listened to my parents. Y'all keep doing vindictiveness. That the ballot boss, the people warn you. And I warn you can't come out from here. That the ballot boss will shock y'all. You happy with the country you are in? Are you happy with the country you're running? Are you happy that in 2 years' time, people who were not mobilized, people who did not even mobilize, had the bravery to look at the president on Broad Street and boo at him? Don't you understand the political implication of that? Nobody going to say, oh, no, like yeah, when the man come and boo at him. Just by looking at him, they started booing at him. It is a serious thing. A sound man of government will look at that situation and analyze it and say, no, something is not right. This was the leader who people spread lapa for in 2023. How come in 2025 he has been booed on Broad Street? Sound people in power will analyze it and readjust. But you're still running in arrogance. You're still running behind John Yanti, then who had no basis. You place the ball in hotel. You give him the opportunity of having getting, having liquor, having food, everything. He's swimming in swimming pool. You put him inside. Only thing you wanted for him to do to recall and say, yeah, that Fanati sent me, that Jordan Sibo gave me the match, that he said I'm a winner. Then you would have used him to incriminate other innocent friends. Only to do what? To prove a point. That the thing what Joe Baga say, that hooligan boy in the building, you already found a hooligan. Then they go and honor you. You already RG of the police. What can I honor you one again? Which other rank you want? You want to be the president, huh? Because you can be nothing else in the police besides the RG. And so let's do our job void of politics, my people. Let's do it. This division, these things are disrupting the country's progress. You will not understand until you go outside the country. Until you sit with investors, until you sit with foreigners and let them tell you about the country. The mere fact that you have these people in court alone, and the case appears to be political rather than legal, it shows that there is something called political uncertainty that is happening to the country. The country is at a flight risk. Some of the reasons why Maulud and protesting tomorrow is because of the level of disregard for the rule of law. People shipping to Liberia now are paying extreme fees because the country is having a protest in December on tomorrow. So 2-3 months ago, those of you who've been shipping to Liberia, if you have paid serious attention to your shipping fees, you would have understood that the guys have added some small money towards the shipping line, especially in the area of how you call it, say, insurance, because the country of Liberia is on the. So anytime you keep the country politically, confused, you risk the chance, because if a billionaire in Cyprus or Georgia or somewhere in Mongolia, or Montenegro, decided to come to Liberia to bring his investment, he will want to look at the political climate of the country. What is happening there? Oh, the former speaker is in court. They're saying then they go read the case file to see John Yandi. They're talking. They're making to me, they brought money. I refuse it, and because I heard them say I'm gonna go to jail. When they can't look at the kind of thing there, then they go read again. One thing can lead to the other, right? So they are investigating, and they go see the Supreme Court ruling. Justice speaker with the government vehicle and the government police and everything. the next thing the guy will say, look, close the whole country or I'm not going there. They can respect their own constitution. I'm not going there. If I go there, they will take my money. When I go to their own code, they will refuse to pay me. If I go to ECOWAS code, I'll waste my time. I don't want to go. No businessman want to wreck his capital. So when you see job not coming in the country ain't okay. It is because of the political decisions you are taking as a government. You are living in a glass house. Stop throwing stones. If the country gets better, it gets better for all of us. You will take the glory because you are the ones in power. When you distract yourself, when you create unnecessary distraction for you, and those distractions lead to you not performing your own responsibilities, not performing your own desire, not living up to the expectation of your RS agenda, you become victim. We say these things not because we hate you, but we say them because we want you to do better. It's your business. This is the last edition of Freedom Hub. In the year 2025, that's what I thought to summarize some of the things you're doing. It is wrong. Look at how the country looking sad. That Jenna won't Omar Finney getting 1 cup of rest to go cook. It's sad for me to say. But you check it out, she want to get one small red oil in the plastic and the small bone in there, the pepper there, the bitter ball there. Like I said, she going to look for somebody to credit $50 coal from to cook that rice. Because no coal to the hole. To go cook that rice. You check your goo, she bought 3 cups and she credited 1 cup. That's how the country is tough. Instead of you focusing on elevating the status of the Liberian people, transforming the Liberian people's lives, working on policies that will affect the people. You're passing around with $1.2 billion budget, that got no bearing on the people's lives, that got no impact on the monthly wage of civil servants. And at the end of the day, you're boasting around. I mean, you are getting yourself preoccupied with issues that you should not be concerned with. Like then, you go fool the boy. How to call him? Dempster, CDC former headquarters owner. That the man laying there now and looking at one dump site. Nobody want to buy the play. The play you're open. You fool the ball. You do politics. You fool the man. The whole play that what they call them, the 2-3 billion. You say you're sort of buy. The man sort of sell the play. You can find buyer for him. That place now. Somebody come and go get the man 10,000. You get it. Somebody come and go get him 10,000. You get it. Them. You fool the man. Make go break with grandma own horse. If you broke a grandma horse, what CDC been using as a headquarters? Even when you know what CDC there, you made a man go break own grandma horse because you are focusing on nothing. You got a whole country to run. You're running after petty things. Petty things. You're running after simple things you should not be concerned about. These Liberian people elected you to transform them, to rescue them. You're still the police people stealing from them, seizing their goods, abusing them on a daily basis, killing them, kicking in people that stumble in red light. The people you came to rescue, you are depriving them of their livelihood. You made motorcyclists vulnerable. These boys credited the money from Access Bank, credited the money from different Susu clubs, bought their bikes. You forced them to register their bikes. You forced them to insure their bikes. You forced them to get their safety jackets and their rain boots and their different safety boots. You forced them to get their driver licenses. And they did their insurance. At the end of the day, you stop them from flying on the streets of Monrovia. Their income dropped. Their revenue dropped. They could not generate the money to pay back their loan. Some of them languishing in Saw Beach. Some of your police officers stole their bikes and sold it behind them. You are increasing pain on the people. You are suffering the people more than you are helping them. You should be focusing on transforming the lives of the people and not fighting to force people to incriminate themselves. This is wrong. When we say you think we're saying these things because we don't love the country, we love this country. We love President Bouaka. We love every single Liberian. But what we do not love is for a group of people to think unto themselves that they have monopoly over this country. It's wrong. We are all Liberians. Can't you see the country is messed up? I just told you. People go to churches these days. They don't speak to one another. That's how sad it is. Because the country is divided. The government is supposed to make sure to close that gap. The government keep opening the gap, widening it. Sooner or later, the session will be over. What message are you taking to the people? Will you be brave to include reconciliation and national unity in your manifesto as a sitting government? Will you be brave to do that? When all of what you've been able to do in the 6 years was to divide the country? To the point where even people who help you to come to power, you are fighting them. You are witch hunting them. How do you unite the country now? Like Kabina Jana there, you use the Pape case from start to end. Kabina Jana. You had 2 spaces on the Supreme Court bench. The ECOWAS ruling said the ruling for ECOWAS court. You had 2 vacancies on the Supreme Court bench. You did not send Kabina there, and up to now you pay Kabina your money. What kind of wicked group of people you have so in power? That's wickedness. You use that Kabina Jana thing whole day. Today, you can't do nothing for him. How do you foster reconciliation? How do you do that? This is what's what cry your whole day. Hamana Masari, Hamana Javo, Hamana. We are doing a summary of the year. I said a lot. You Hamana Masari, Hamana Javo. You have passed 3 different budgets. You have done nothing to elevate the salaries of these people. Focus on what you can promise the Liberian people. The old man went to Bonavie and sat on his watch. No child will sell in the street when they're supposed to be in school or studying their books. Today on Johnson Street Bridge, you got the children still selling Munchie biscuit and cold water. They're still selling cream crackers and everything, tissue and toothpick. They're still selling napkins and Christmas carrots. They're still selling these things on the road, on the sidewalk. Children are still selling cold water when they're supposed to be in school. You're not focused on those issues. You're not focused on solving the bread and butter issues of the country. You are concerned about George Weah. You're concerned about CDC. You're concerned about ANC. Keep focusing on opposition political folks. While the people continue to suffer in penury, in anger, in extreme anguish. Why they keep suffering? Keep focusing on these people. Keep misdirecting your priorities. In the end, the political consequences will be for you to bear, not me. We say these things in your interest. If you start working for the country and make the country better, who will succeed? Who will enjoy the benefit? That you the people will go vote for again. To overwhelm your sense of reasoning and you start fighting everybody. When the people get angry and vote you out, who becomes the loser? You. So the choice is yours to decide what you want to do. I'm not going to say more on this issue. We'll take a break. When I come back, I'll go to the lines, open up the phone lines, and talk to you, the Liberian people. But this country has to change. If we should change it, the government must take the lead.
Crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. But it can't take your law in. Crime stop right here for us. Bring safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must talk it. I mean you check. You wait for your safety. If you see don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper.
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia, join us on the conversation as we wrap up the edition of the year, the 2025 edition of Freedom Hub. As we wrap up on today, let's take more and more of your calls. 086-500-104. 086-500-104, 0776-104-104 are the numbers to join the conversation on 87.9. Let's go to the lines and begin to take our first batch of calls. Beginning with this, go ahead. Good evening. How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you. There's Lucy calling from the USA.
Lucy,
yeah, thank you so much for Lucy Vani calling from the USA. Yeah, thank you, KOK. Thank you for all what you do for Mama Liberia. You know, KOK, like it's at all. You know, Liberia is our common denominator. But you see, when you got people who don't care and don't have the fear of God in their heart for their fellow men, this is what you see happen in a nation. And like you said, Liberia is all we got. And as a leader in the dispensation where people telling you day in, day out, their priority is, and you don't focus on that. You don't contemplate on that. You worrying who put off crowd, who had the biggest party headquarters. That is the thing that sometimes we say to the Unity Party people, that leadership is not about you, it's about the people. And if you love your country, the best thing you focus on is the people. And one thing Donald Trump said to them on the UNG's meeting that they came on here in America, he told them, as a leader, the first thing you focus on your country and your people. But because Liberia is a gullible country, and our people, they always use them as a scapegoat to accomplish their own desire, this is what we foresee. 178 years country, we got children in the street, 178 years old country, we still got places in Liberia that our children sitting in a mud house, and we call it school. Okay? Every day when I saw that in Grand Bassa County, I feel like to be in this DNA, our children stay in a mouse house school in Liberia, and these people claim to be educated and claim to be knowledgeable people. It is sad. But thank you for all what you do, my brother. Thank you so much, KOK.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's go to the lines and continue to take more and more calls on 87.9. This person, hello, sir. How are you? How do you do?
Yeah. Good evening, KOK. My name is J. Thomas Weir, and I call you from the local community this evening.
Go ahead, Thomas.
So thank you for the show. So you see, the issue of this rescue government, they have linked the bread and butter issue and getting all confused with that Azran case. You know, there are no evidence to hold these brothers in serious. In fact, the cabinet giant issues they use as a major propaganda to come to power. Oh, the CZ, remove the men for jobs, they illegally remove the men for jobs. Now cabinet giant is sitting with our job. And you have too many spaces at the Supreme Court bench without you thinking about him, or use the issues as a major propaganda to come to power. Now you are forgetting about him. God, thank you for your opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much, Thomas. We will leave you right there. We talk to another caller. Go ahead. Let's hear you. How you doing? Okay, we talk to this one. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Can you please leave your radio, please? Hello? Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Hello, sir. How are you? How you doing, Chief?
How are you, KOK?
I'm good.
I'm Samson Flores, the food soldier of the Congress of
Samson, go ahead. Let's hear you quickly. No time. Okay, we missed out on Samson. Let's go back to the international line and talk to this person. Hello, sir. How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing well. All about this is GT calling from Canada, and thank you for this.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to share my two things today. I've been starting the capital building case, the Joseph Boakai capital building case. No, Oliver, another crack get open in the case here. You remember the defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
The defense when they accused that call log that they have passing around the government. I want to call log passing around the green and the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
In that call log that they used the saying that they accused Tom Andre. He was at Water LEC building at 5 a.m. the day of the fire. And he was at Capitol building at 5:50 a.m. and only reached the Capitol building at 6:25 a.m. on the day of the fire. So the defense is saying that time mark is impossible to place him on the scene of the fire when the fire started. And another thing is that I'm confusing again, and everything I'm saying here is from the courtroom fire. In the courtroom, the government best lawyer, Rob Wilson, the one that government carrying around thing, saying that he don't want to speak on the case here, he's saying all the evidence. He confusing himself. Even the judge saw it. Now the witness is not even prepared. At one point, they got a Vigo 98. You know about that Vigo again?
Mm-hmm.
the vehicle, what is they arrested the people in, they clear the vehicle, then they say the vehicle not there or there again, they bring it back to the case again. They are another thing that really funny in the case that whole judge are confused that even the judge look at the case they're not ready. When they said the chloride bottle, they say they found the chloride bottle in the market by the speaker car and one on the other side. When they go look at the statement that they took from the people, when they read it, who said that son, when I see waiting it out, their son statement, they say the chloride bottle found on the second floor, the market was found is the other can call it the chamber. So what confusing statement there? Tell the people cheering who baking y'all. You're going to find the people who fireplace and you'll lead the people cheering. Yeah, I'll tell the truth, eh? You're back on the wrong tree. The player tell our people cheering for a while, eh? They will come. And the truth about that fire, it will come to life. They will know. Tell the truth.
Thank you.
No. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much from Canada. Let's leave you from Canada and come to Liberia. Who is this person from Liberia? Let's go and let's talk to another person from outside of the country. Go ahead. Let's hear you 1 minute. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for analysis. My name remains Musa Udukoi Brown, and I phone in from New Jersey.
Yeah, go ahead, Musa.
Well, okay, your analysis are unique. Your analysis for our country, because you see, okay, any country that is led by people who are not willing to reconcile that country, it's meant for a failure and chaos. Like I would say every day, if Liberia will develop, it will be reconciliation, love for each other, building a resilient society that all of us will be able to live in, despite of our size when it comes to politics. But this is what that the United Party group is doing. They want to turn our country into the 666. Once you don't bear the mark of the beast, the 666, it means that you will not eat. And we are saying to them, no, I don't have to be you. All of us belong to this country. This country belongs to us as Liberians. You got a right to this country, I got a right. We will not make somebody the head. We will not put somebody at the head to say, look, you can head us when it comes to decision making. But you don't make no decisions without us. So we elected a president who is all thinking that indeed this president will use his age and wisdom to be able to make Liberia, to bring Liberia with love. Because a grandfather is the one that always call the grandchildren together and preach peace and preach love together. But this is a grandfather that we have that is dividing us. If you don't bear the mark of the beast, if you don't wear a green jacket, then that means you are not a Liberian. Why and where did we come from? What wrong did we do to Liberia? And all of us will not go the same side anyway. No matter what you do, Joseph Wakai, just as Keoke said, your days are numbered. No matter how it is, your days are numbered. We have leaders more than you, Joseph Wakai. Today, those leaders are gone. You will go. You and your gang will go. And I'm just sorry for the young people like more Ali that are in that government. They should know better. They should know that Joseph Wakai will lead them. They will live with us. They will live with us in the community. They will live with us around, no matter how rich they are. They will still lead the poor people. This is just a warning to them. You can boast today, but you will not boast tomorrow. God bless you, okay? I have wonderful and a great CZ. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. Thank you very much from the U.S. Let's talk to people from Liberia right now. Let's go ahead and talk to this person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Quickly.
Yeah, hello, okay.
How are you, sir? Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling for the Canadian.
Okay, you okay? Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, you know the prayer, but it got me out of the field. But it's shame to tell the people I will say and the same power so the Japanese excuse anything away. Because you get them saying that kids, they will run for more than 1 year. Can you imagine? So tomorrow will be there out here.
Okay. You attending the protest on tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be there, but I'm not going to here.
Okay. Okay, we leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Good evening, okay?
Good evening, my brother. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to applaud you for all of your analysis that you just lay out.
Thank you.
All of your analysis are all correct. But I just want to, refer you to the Lofa County, the Lofa University. The issue is that this government is so that the judgment is selective. Lofa County University, the president of the Lofa County University was allegedly accused of embezzling the institution money. Up to now, he's still maintaining a position where LAC indicted him, and up to now, we are not getting any information of that. That have been laid to rest. Let's go back to Grand Jide County. The Community College of Grand Jide County, which were headed by Honorable Charles Libri as president, allegedly the government got information. They said that he had a link with the previous government, and for that reason, he was dismissed immediately. The government.
Please leave your radio. We want to get you. We are getting feedback.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, better off.
Yes. This government, the information I just gave you, is reliable for anybody from Grand Jide County. They will give you the same information concerning Honorable Charles Gabriel, the former president of the Community College of Grand Jide County. He was dismissed for the information that they got that he had a link with the previous government. Yes, Lofa County president, the university president, allegedly he was accused of embezzling a huge amount of money. LACC indicted him, and up to now, we are not getting any information, further investigation, and he's still maintaining a position. Why should this government be so selective in their judgment? What all the promised the Liberian people? They deviated from all of what they promised the Liberian people. They use propaganda to get to power. But my brother, let me tell you, if you use propaganda to get to power, you cannot use propaganda to lead the people. We Liberians, we are seeing very clearly. We see what they are doing. Our own that we can do is to go to the battle pass. Don't go to now, shall tell. Thank you, KOK.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We leave you right there. We talk to this other person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
How are you, sir?
We're good.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Chief. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the program. Concerning the case, when they're talking this thing, the people, government not even ready for anything. Government want to extend to that for that case and brought international fires expert here. Mr. Boga brought that man here for that case. But still, he condemned the national police and the fire service report. But still, they throw all those, the judge, the court, throw all those evidence and one side. They carry on, all kind of thing. Why they are treating our people like that? Big boss, we're waiting for them.
Okay. Thank you very much. We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Good afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon to many listeners. This is the voice of Peter Star. I am the common board chairman at Joey.
Go ahead, Peter.
Okay.
Oh my God, Peter, we missed out on you. I don't know if it is the network or your current went lower. But let's talk to other Liberians. Right now, let's talk to other Liberians on the line. Okay, we want to pay attention to the female line right now. We want to pay attention to the female lines. Okay, let's see if we can talk to this first person. Go ahead, let's hear you quickly. Hello.
Yeah, my name is Silva Purko Abamia Pongano, calling for Joe Comedy. But okay, I want to thank you for the show. And tomorrow we're going to show to the old man Boaka and regular police, RG, Gregor Como. We will be also tomorrow and Labrador will come in their full normal.
You will be joining the Molu protest tomorrow.
Yeah, I will be there. I and my family and my fellow young brothers on seeing Dogo Mede.
Okay, we leave you right there. We leave you, my dear brother. Let's leave you. Yes, we're hoping that it will be peaceful. That's what we are anticipating. Let's talk to this person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, okay. How are you?
We are great. Let's hear you quickly. No time.
Hey, if I have it, means I could just put you all the videos to get to Labrador. What you say is nothing about the truth.
Wow.
Right now, just for eating my driver, because nothing to out to my children and their mom go on to go there. So, I don't know. The promise that I will receive in the country. That means I'm going nowhere tomorrow because I better stay home. I can't have people lying on me or lying to me.
Wow. Amen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's very sorrowful, yeah.
I know. I understand exactly what you.
Need to go on. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Thank you very much. Let me just tell you, thank you very for your business. Talk to the brother, I understand. We made great mistake, and that mistake and will suffer. We got another 4 years ago.
All right, my dear brother. Thank you very much.
And not shut down. We'll feel it.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's go and talk to Edmokar. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Thank you, my dear brother. And we will miss you, but that's life. You have to enjoy your season. Look, sometimes when we tell people that all are praying and wishing to democratically remove the government 2029, but the main question that all are asking whether 2029 is even possible. Because I have not seen the government that have come to the position, and they have a plan to deliver for the Liberian people. And then to see the government behaving like this, it's quite challenging. And then why it's disappointing are those that are working with the very government. Look, are you not living here in Liberia? Is your family here? If even some of your family are not in Liberia, we are hearing that you are investing in the country. You are building your houses, you are investing in the net. If anything spark up in this country, people are going to be choosing between CDC property, ANC, CMC property, and Unity Party property. It's not going to happen. So why can't we get together and go together to do the right thing for the country? First time in the history of Liberia, during Ellen Johnson's time, there was several protests were held by the disabled community. Several protests. We went to the mansion. We were in front of the foreign ministry. Immediately when she arrived, she'll be sending a representative to meet us and see how best we'll be able to handle some of our issues. See, Joe Parker, who said his mother was a disabled woman. See the treatment they are perpetrating against disabled people in the country. First time in the history to see police people tear gassing disabled people. Tear gassing disabled people. Visually impaired, physically challenged, they are running with their wheelchair. They are tear gassing. Then you say the country is normal. The country is not normal. Where are we? How do you say people that are responsible for the burning of our capital building? Yes, we want to know who burned our capital building. It's not a lie on people. Now we are there. Every day, different information are coming up. The other person were on the other side. The other person were on the other side. How can it be? So we want to know the truth. Every case will come to a logical conclusion in which are very sure our people will be vindicated. We will still be asking the government, we want to know who burned that capital building so that the international community that help us and the Liberian people will be in the know who actually take the wickedness to the Liberian people. But we are in the know, we know who did it. But history will judge all of us. Liberia, a header in the bar or condition like Anthony Ashley Jackson has always said, that Baka has handled our country and we are sitting and looking at it and dragging it into hell. We are not going to allow it. We are encouraging all of us to turn up tomorrow to join Mara Molu who is not standing up for the Liberian people to advocate for the right thing. And we hope that both the IG and the rest of the security forces will get up the way tomorrow to be able to sign our constitutional right by telling our president the reason why he came to the position, the reason why he came to lead the Liberian people. He's not doing it. Let them be prepared to receive our petition so that we can be able to move our country forward. If he's not able, this is the time that he quietly leave the scene so that Liberian people can be able to have a good life, because life is not easy. Things are not okay with us. Every sector, everywhere, they are fine. So we don't know. We hope for 2029, but we'll show how are we going to get to 2029.
Okay.
I wish you a blessed season, and we hope to see 2026 if God permits. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Edmond K. we leave you right there. Let's go and talk to another person from the female line. I hope this is a female. Let's talk to you. Go ahead. Let's hear you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This guy with us.
Go ahead, Guyan. Let's hear you.
So the capital building, the issue of that brand of that capital building was actually framed by Richard Namaku, who is the regime speaker.
Mami, you're adding like the government. You give me another accusation without evidence.
So that be weird. Since the inception of the whole saga, there was state security stand at the capital building. So if you see someone going in the building, where was those security? Where was the police? Where was the PSU? Where are they? So the issue is that they should focus the bread and butter issue in this country. Seems very difficult in Liberia as we speak. Go at JFK. There is no hospital there. Pregnant women are dying. Females are dying. There are regular police officers and there are city police are killing innocent. Today, we are leaving the bread and butter issue, but we need to get all confused in the country who said no. The bread out of Ibaga Lee or in this will be offered in our flesh and blood to ensure that Mr. Bwaga do the rightful thing. So we'll be calling the international community to observe the protest and listen to all of the counts that will be listed by the organizer. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Akanya. We'll leave you right there. We talk to another person on the line. Gradually, we are reaching up to 6 o'clock. Let's talk to this person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Hello, sir.
Go ahead, Chief.
I'm back again. My credit gonna compromise.
Okay, go ahead. Thank God you made it through.
I thank you for accepting my call.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, you just outlined rightfully what this government has been doing. We should know it's not in line with the tenets of democracy that we practice in Liberia. All of these things just point to one thing, that Mr. President is incapacitated to lead Liberia, and that will just lead us to one conclusion, that is to activate Article 1 of our Constitution. I always told people, saying that we for 2029, do you know the damage that will be caused before 2029? Haven't you seen our country is being auctioned to foreigners? You just heard that Honduras or Consortium Communication Research, and they are giving our country money. That company, when I did my research, that on paper insurance loan referred to that as Salon. Yes, there's Salon something that reported on the 24th of May in 2024, 23rd of May 2024. That those people, they built Goes Road, they took money from government in the name of the Bay Road. It's a full 60 million. In fact, the country was blacklisted by IMF and both World Bank for their activity. So you cannot have a government that is committing on the country to another 25 years of struggle on a majority, or even though they are not lived the first MD that was given to them, all of the terms and conditions that was to be met are not being met, and they are going ahead, going to agreement with these kind of people, altering our resources, just depleting the cover of our country. They say we're waiting for 2029. Sadly for me, I don't agree with those who are speaking about 2029. I see that Article 1 of our Constitution says we elect president for pleasure.
So are you going to be at the tomorrow rally? That's the point.
Tomorrow rally, I'm always there. Every other rally.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's go and grab the last caller. Let's go and grab the last caller. See me here again, it will be 2026. Again, if you see me here again, it will be 2026. We gotta take our annual break. I mean, to be on the radio January to December, we gotta take our annual break. It now bring the war in 1990, so we gotta rest. We got to rest. I want to find this song. Before I take my last caller. That's what I want to do. Okay, so let's go and see who the last caller is. Okay, let's see who the last caller is. This could be the last caller. Okay, we missed out on that last caller. So that person is not going to be the last caller anymore. Yes, this one should be the last caller. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay. I'm going to take the last caller. For the public recognition, this is the former Sabu Rasta. Okay, bring the show from Point 4 in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Okay. Well, as for me, I will be there tomorrow. I'm going to be there. Okay, let's talk. So you know the importance of the way the water gets dry from the well. Okay, we suffer. Okay, now you go. Can you imagine? Okay, look at physics and this stuff. Okay, things are hard. Things are tough. For the 2 years of the today, the president just traveling with Africa, nothing. Since the inception of the government, they feel the revival that there's no policy. But let me tell you, God has the school with a thing. That gave God chance, that can do a thing. Yesterday, we are there, so we are blowing push. He did this. He did. No, we are getting God. That's why he said, I'm a generous God. So God fight back. All what you see today, police beat people don't respect the right of human rights when it comes to history.
Okay.
So, but I will not listen.
Thank you.
Okay, let me tell you that. I told it to the land. That boy, I just forget it. Then you forget it. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you very much.
One more freedom for one more freedom for when they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they killed Vietnam, they changed their mind. They changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo. Ayo. Ayo.
Okay, that's what it is. We're going to be returning here 2026 on this platform. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time of the radio. But we needed this break, and we're going to have it on 87.9.
When they were coming.
Until then, my name is Kine. Like I said, have yourself a wonderful time. God bless you and bye-bye.
But when they came their ground, they changed their mind. When they came their ground, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighters.